Hey, Dr. John Finn here. Welcome to the Habit Mechanic podcast. Right now, you can get my new best-selling book, Train Your Brain for the AI Revolution, at tougherminds.co.uk. The digital book, audiobook, and physical book are all available at a special price that you won't find anywhere else.
Hello and welcome to the second in a series of 4 short podcasts looking ahead to the Tougher Minds Improve Exam Success event. It takes place on Thursday, the 21st of April at the UCL Institute of Education in London. The session is suitable for professionals in the world of work facing qualifications and professional exams, for parents seeking to support their children with their learning and revision at home, for school pupils of all ages with GCSEs, A-levels, 11 plus exams and school entrance exams, and for university students who face course exams, tests and finals. Tickets for the Improve Exam Success event are priced at just £49, and you can book them by visiting the Tougher Minds website, tougherminds.co.uk. The event will be Tougher Minds training in a bite-sized format. It'll help you boost personal performance and resilience. Well, in the previous podcast, we looked at why exams can be so challenging and problematic for many people. And in this podcast, we're going to look at the reasons why that is. And we started by speaking to Tougher Minds founder and managing director, Dr. John Finn.
The reason that exams can be so challenging in the run-up, in the sense of getting yourself to actually do the work you need to do, but also can be challenging in the moment, being able to perform under pressure, comes back to human evolution. We're designed broadly to do two things. One is pay attention to threats. The other is to get fast rewards. Now, exams are very threatening because they present us with the opportunity to show that we're not potentially good at something. That's very threatening for some people. For other people to see our results and say, "Well, you're not very clever. Oh God, you've got no chance in having a sort of life that you want to have and being healthy and happy and high performing." So exams are threatening. Also, because our brain is wired to pursue fast rewards, it likes things that are exciting, it likes things that make it feel good, it likes new information. It makes studying subjects which you find particularly difficult or boring very, very difficult to do. And actually there's a threat within this as well, because the human brain, humans don't like to spend energy on things that don't give them fast rewards. And if you don't particularly like geography, you're not going to get many fast rewards from sitting at your desk in your bedroom studying it. So we have these problems. I think if we think about girls and boys, which I think girls and boys are always on a continuum that meets in the middle, and some girls and boys are further along the continuum than others. But I think if we think about typically how we understand girls and boys often really procrastinate on revision. They're more likely to procrastinate because they are more wired in. They want fast rewards. They're dopamine dependent. If something isn't exciting and fun for them, they won't pursue it for very long. So even if they engage in some levels of revision, probably isn't of a particularly high standard. Typically, girls who are sometimes very conscientious, they might actually spend too much time with the books open and damage themselves by doing too much work and not having enough downtime. So both girls and boys can find exams very, very challenging. And I think that I know that the framework and the ideas that we've built at Tougher Minds are trying to give people skills for life. So the way that we teach children who are going to be sitting their 11 plus exams or their entrance exams, the strategies that we teach them and their families around how to deal with exam performance and manage exam stress are no different from the strategies that we teach directors at KPMG level who might be having exams coming up or solicitors. What we want people to understand is a core set of transferable, in this case, exam skills that they can use throughout their life. So when the examination comes around, They've got a very clear plan, a very clear set of strategies to help them to manage their brain, more effectively, and to build better habits, which is what this is really about.
Yes, and there's certainly plenty of interesting material available on the Tougher Minds website, tougherminds.co.uk. You can certainly access a number of free downloads, which, as you say, John, detail the very applicable nature of the work across all different aspects of education and life, and life stages, whether it's you're a young person in education, a parent, or a professional, perhaps sitting one of those professional tests or exams we've spoken about. Andrew, John's obviously given us that very detailed overview of what underpins the Tougher Minds work, and hence gives us the insight into the problematic nature of exams. And you've worked in partnership with John to apply this very much in the classroom, and it's fair to say you've seen great benefits, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Pupils have been incredibly empowered by developing this better understanding of their brain, by separating out some of the things that our limbic regions get us doing, and realizing I can learn how to control that better. I can develop better habits. So I'll give you an example. One pupil had a habit of becoming stressed, of sitting at the desk for hours on end, not doing any work, just worrying about how it wasn't going in. That pupil develops a new habit of noticing that feeling coming about, getting up, getting out the door either for a walk or a run, and coming back, and through what that pupil had learned from Tougher Minds, understanding her brain was in a better state now to learn, to tackle these challenges. And as a result, that individual pupil did absolutely fantastically, exceeded all expectations at GCSE level, and he's continuing to excel in the sixth form. So it's brilliant to see young people empowered by this understanding. It's exactly what they need.
Yes, and what you've described there, I think if I can ask you, John, that's fair to say, isn't it? That's a mental skill being applied, and that is something that you're going to be looking at, and we'll talk more in the next episode. But that a set of skills will be outlined and demonstrated in the session on April the 21st, and these are very simple and practical for people to digest.
Yes, this is about understanding how to think more effectively, which is very in vogue at the moment. But the difference between having a great revision session and a poor revision session isn't what you're physically doing necessarily. It's very much driven by how you're thinking. You can be sat at the desk, you can be present. Adults understand presenteeism. Well, you can get that same understanding with revision as well. You can be present there in your room and look as if you're doing some great work, and you're not, because you might be too stressed out, or you might just be bored. So you need to understand how to control your thoughts so that you can get more quality learning going on that's going to actually help you in the exam. It's very easy for adults and for children to waste time when they're supposed to be revising.
And these are techniques you've developed and honed, starting off in your work in the sporting sphere, but then, as you say, in business, in industry, and in education. So you also not only have the core skill to offer, but also the situation-specific application, if you like.
Yes, I mean, everything we teach is a life skill, but I think you have to, based on experience, I think that it's easier to learn a skill when it's applied to a particular context, and therefore exams are great windows of opportunity to actually learn how to successfully manage a challenge. Exams are challenges in the same way that Anthony Joshua has got a challenge. He's got a world championship fight coming up, I think, and he's got 10 weeks leading into that, and he's got to get in the ring and perform under pressure. Exams are no different, and what we need is a set of clear skills that allow us to overcome the challenges. Yeah, so that's what we're teaching, and that's what we've worked very, very hard to make very simple for people, but also very powerful and very effective.
Great. And again, Andrew, we'll talk more in the next episode and give a broader overview of the April the 21st event. But you will also be adding your insight into the specific educational and learning applications of these mental skills.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not just a stool story. I was talking to very recent graduates of Cambridge University, and they're seeing this. They experienced the exact same problems themselves in the run up to finals as GCSE and A-level pupils are in schools. And what I would say is that the GCSE pupils who've worked with Tougher Minds are actually better placed and more skilled at dealing with these problems than those Cambridge University finalists who might otherwise be thought to be some of the best learners, the best exam takers in the country. The reality is that they have got plenty to learn about how to manage themselves, and the insight that Tougher Minds gives is exactly what they need to.
That was Tougher Minds Head of Education, Andrew Foster, explaining how the Tougher Minds system can help anybody and talking about the Improve Exam Success event, which takes place on Thursday, the 21st of April at the UCL Institute of Education in central London. The session's aimed at professional people, for parents looking to support their children, for school pupils of all ages, and for university students as well. Tickets are priced at just £49 per person, and you can buy them by visiting the Tougher Minds website, tougherminds.co.uk. You'll also find plenty of other information about the event as well, and some thoughts from people who've experienced Tougher Minds training, and they explain just why it's worked for them. Thanks for listening to this podcast, and look out for the next one coming soon.
Thanks for listening to the Habit Mechanic podcast. If you liked it, please subscribe and tell someone else about one of the ideas or insights that you found most interesting.